Hello again. Welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. We are officially in the heart of Derby season, and despite 5 straight days of soaking rain, thunderstorms in Louisville, the weekend's racing was straight fire. So I got some headlines for you. Headline one is the other Baffert horse scores, and journalism grabbed the bull by the horns in a classic outlaw style, riding off into the sunset. So don't forget, we do still have the Bluegrass Stakes running tomorrow. Today is the Ashland Stakes and the Monday Stakes racing. I don't think they're on the turf today, but the track is good and warming up to fast. It is going to be fire tomorrow, fast dirt. And the turf, like I said in my previous Pick 5 video, I'm not 100 on the turf with the way it's going to dry out. It's going to depend on maybe it gets in the mid 50s, but it is sunny here in Louisville today. Beautiful day, but it still needs a day to dry out. So it might be able to get close to maybe just a good or a soft. I don't know, maybe yielding at the most, but I'm not really sure where it's going to land. So anyway, in addition to awarding today, we're going to award subscriber winners, the ones that picked the winners over the weekend. So we're going to recognize those viewers. And then as a bonus, there were several others that just didn't get the first comment, but they still picked the winner. We're going to throw all those in the wheel and spin it twice for each race and give away 2 more Derby glasses for a total of 3. So pay attention when we get to that point. And also, you do have to be a subscriber. So yes, subscribing to the channel is easy and it's free. So you just click the button and you're done. And then that little like button next to it, you click that too. Every time you see a Billy Ho Sports video, and I will be very grateful. So we're going to get into it with Aqueduct. And my bad, New York City crowd. I'm totally misspoke. I don't even know why I said upstate New York when I referred to Aqueduct. I know where it's at, Queens. You can't confuse the wine and cheese crowd with the dogs and beer guys. That said, if you watched my preview video, I did have Hill Road picked to win that race, and he did scratch out. So after some deliberation, it just boiled down to Rodriguez. And I went back and looked at him again. He defeated Beza, and we saw what Beza did later on. He defeated Beza to break his maiden. That's kind of wild that things cycle back like that. So we'll get to that in a little bit, so stick around. So getting into the Wood Memorial, and very clean break for all. Taking full advantage, veteran Mike Smith. And can we call him A-Rod? A for Alpha Rodriguez. So anyway, A is for Alpha. He had the race in hand by the first turn. Captain Cook did really try to press him and put some pressure on him, but after pretty reasonable fractions. I mean, they weren't super slow or anything, but they were just reasonable enough with a smooth inside trip and that smooth veteran Mike Smith. When he made that final turn for home, it just looked like he was leaning in a motorcycle. He just did a little dip like that, and that horse made the turn and was dead straight, heading home, and that was it after that. There was no catching him. Very generous 7-2 odds, too. So I don't know if that's the New York bias, because Captain Cook, Rick Dutro's horse, went off as the favorite. So we appreciate that as a 7-2 winner there. That was a nice hit. And of course, I had underneath Grande, finished very well for second, punched his ticket with 50 points to the Kentucky Derby, which has to be a relief for Todd Pletcher, who was shut out so far. He didn't have any qualified for the Derby yet. So now he's got Grande in there. So keep an eye on that one. You never know with Todd Pletcher. So next up, giveaway time. Go ahead and congratulate at Michael-D5X. He picked Rodriguez. He was the first commenter to do so. And then at John Connolly 1421 had journalism first. So you too can email me at BILLYAH35 @yahoo.com. BillyAH35 yahoo.com. Send me your address. I'll send you a glass. I've sent out several. I got one more to send today. Liam finally hit me up. Liam had Tappan Street. So Liam got your label printed out, and so your glass will be on its way shortly. And but wait, there's more. So several others in both races correctly picked the winner, and I didn't want to leave them going, you know, without anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all those names in the wheel and spin it twice and award two more Derby glasses. So let's do that now. Okay, at Phil W4U and at Felipe Junior Hernandez. Congratulations, guys. Just email me at the same address. I'll have it run across the screen, BILLYAH35 at yahoo.com. Send me your address and I will send you your prize. Now on with the show. Santa Anita Derby shaping up to be a 2-on-1 matchup race that favored Bob Baffert. But little did we know the connections at CRK Stables and Mr. John Sheriff's had their own 2v2 match game planned. So we saw right away Sheriff's strategy took hold as Westwood shot out to the lead and got to the front before the turn, beating his inside rival, Citizen Bull, to the rail. And Citizen Bull had to slow down slightly. And Martin Garcia, who I do love as a jockey, but there's a reason he's got 40 mounts this year. He's an exercise rider. He rode him in, did a magical job riding him in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. But he should, I would have really preferred Juan Hernandez on him, to be honest. But that's up to Baffert what he does with his horses. So anyway, I guess Garcia, if he'd have got the lead and went wire to wire, we'd be like, well, there you go. But I digress. Martin Garcia gets cut off, and so he has to circle around, and he gets into the right side where you're in the pressing, and you're supposed. Well, to me, every race I watch, I get that horse on the right side, and you're pressing the whole way. And what he should have done was rate a little bit more and let Westward run his heart out, and then Westwood would have just fallen back, and then Bull could have gone on. But no, he chose to let Bull go to the lead, bullheaded Bull. So he once again, another time, I thought he moved too early around the far turn. He took off, and then that's when Sheriff's plan really unfolded as Beza cranked it up. And then, oh yeah, journalism, trip trouble left and right. He's trying to figure things out. He dropped back only to get things figured out. Then he had by this time pulled back up and got back into the mix. So for the final rally, they hit the stretch. Bull was clearly gassed. Beza took control, left him behind. But here comes journalism once again. Just everything he's got down the stretch is just so impressive. Just the way he just digs in. So he pulled even with Beza with about a furlong to go, bested him in the final 16th. And so ultimately, congratulations, journalism. You're a well-deserved favorite. I'll gobble up the crow on that one. I thought Citizen Bull would get out front and do it again, but journalism, just the better horse and really a better style of running with the pressing / closing style. That's going to work out great for the Kentucky Derby. As long as he doesn't get a completely crap draw, he'll be in great shape going into the race. So to discuss this a little further, I really feel bad for the connections that wanted to get Beza into the Kentucky Derby because they did everything right. They set it up. They sent Westwood out. They got Citizen Bull tired. Beza took the lead. He ran second. Normally gets you 50 points, which would have got him in for sure. But guess what? Shitty California racing can't get more than 5 horses in a race. So that triggered the 25% tariff on points. And so he only gets 37.5 points. That's not going to do it, folks. 37.5 is not going to get you into the Kentucky Derby this year unless a half a dozen horses bow out. Now, currently he is ranked 20th, but there's 4 or 5 horses that are running tomorrow that will leap right over him if they finish in the top 5. So, I mean, you get 25 points for third place in the Bluegrass Stakes. You get 10 for fifth. So I don't know. Depending on who runs fifth, they could jump him. So there could be 5 horses that leap over top of him now. So he's going to need a lot of help. But journalism, the top dog. Barnes is out. They'll figure out to do with him. Baffert said he was disappointed with the bull after he tired. And this is what he said. He's a heavy horse. The track was deep that day. Well, I didn't find anybody else talking about how deep the track was that day. So I'm not really sure. I think that's a lot of coach speak, a lot of excuse making. But my take, increased adrenaline coupled with wasted energy, coupled with mental frustration on the horse around that first turn when he didn't get the lead the way he wanted it, contributed to him getting tired. So horses, creatures of habit, and this one has got a habit about getting in that lead. And a bit too late in the game to adjust the old running style now. So they're really just going to have to hope Kentucky Derby is fast and flying dry come first Saturday in May. And of course, a favorable post draw. So glass half full take for Citizen Bull backers. He's going to lose steam heading into the Derby, which should boost his odds up a little bit. So it's going to be funny if he ends up at, well, he won't, he shouldn't end up with more odds than that. But I read up, he came out of the race in good shape. He was eating good the next day. So that's always a good thing. If they were, something happened to him, they would lose, they wouldn't have much of an appetite the next day. So if he's eating right the next day, then that's a good sign. Barnes out, Grande in. Beza currently 20th, needing a lot of help. So now let's just touch on the Bluegrass since it's tomorrow real quick. And just in case opinions changed, mine have not. I haven't really looked at how the track's running, but it's going to have another day to dry out and get raked up, and it's just going to be fast. And it should be really, really nice dirt at Keeneland. So I think the pace should set up Chancellor McPatrick down the stretch. I think he'll get the pace he needs. I like Render Judgment as a sleeper. And then I got listed in the back, horses like River Thames. Burnham Square, I think, is in for a bounce back race. Don't be surprised on him. I can't pull the trigger on East Avenue in any way. He just hasn't shown me enough. I know what everybody sees when they look at the pedigree on the past performances, and they saw what he did here last fall at Keeneland. But just those especially the last race at Fairgrounds, just really soured me. So if he proves me wrong, congratulations, and I'll move on. But hey, just to round things out, if you are one of my loyal listeners and followers, and you stuck around this far, throw your winner of the race in the comments section. And everybody that gets it right, we're going to put in a draw to win another Derby glass. So let's do that. And maybe we'll just put anybody that leaves a comment on this video into a draw for another Derby glass. So maybe we'll do 2 drawings and give away some more Derby glasses. And we'll keep it rocking and rolling like that. And you do the same. Have a great day. We got some sunshine and some good weather coming our way. Things are good. So we'll see you soon.